Hi guys, welcome to my vlog of the week of September 25th, which is coming up next Monday. The theme that we're going to be looking at next week is Enlightenment ideas in the Constitution and kind of how those were incorporated in the development of the United States. So first I want to talk to you a little bit about the objectives for next week. There are going to be 4 different objectives. I'm going to try to put all of them on the board so that you can see them. When you hit them is going to be different for each person, but by the end of the week you need to accomplish all 4 of these things. So the first one is that you need to be able to explain 4 politically philosophical theories of the Enlightenment. So those will be things like social contract theory, separation of powers, etc. We'll learn about those next week, but that's the first thing you'll need to be able to do. The second thing you'll need to be able to do is that you'll be able to compare and contrast at least 3 theories of the Enlightenment. So taking John Locke and Montesquieu and comparing and contrasting their ideas. Objective 3, which will be done on Wednesday, like I told you guys last week, every Wednesday is going to be a group discussion of some type. So next Wednesday you will be able to discuss the impact of Enlightenment on the creation of the U.S. Constitution. Hopefully you've hit objective 1 and 2, so objective 3 will come pretty naturally. Objective 4 is kind of your ending assessment, which is that you will be able to identify at least 3 Enlightenment ideas within the U.S. Constitution. I'll talk about that weekly assessment in just a second. But for right now, I do want to tell you a little bit about a new system, kind of check in on the objectives that you should be hitting during the week. One thing that I'm doing is I'm going to be checking to make sure that you have hit all of those objectives by the end of the week. If you bring your work, so for each objective there's 1 or 2 activities that will help you meet that. There's at least 1 or 2 for independent and at least 1 or 2 for collaborative. If you bring that activity to me and I check through it and I give you feedback on that, you will get a point for completing that objective. The person with the most points by the end of the quarter will receive a prize from me. I don't know what that prize is yet. I'm working on some things, but I promise that it'll be a good prize. You'll definitely want it. So all you're going to do is after each activity that you've completed, you'll bring it to me. I'll tell you if it is proficient, if you are mastering that skill, if you have hit that objective, you will get the point for that and you can move on to the next objective. So think of it kind of like a game. You're trying to kind of get through all of the hoops for the week. So that leads me to the weekly assessment, which is your last objective for the week. You are going to be annotating the U.S. Constitution. You're trying to find at least 3 Enlightenment philosophers' ideas, and then from that you're going to write a short response. I expect thorough annotations. You can use online annotation software. There's lots of them to annotate the Constitution. I'll walk through some of those if you'd like to use that. That is, or you can do it on paper and just take a picture and upload it. That's perfectly fine as well. It will be due Friday, September 28th at 5 p.m. We don't have school on Friday, so I recognize that that's a little bit of an arbitrary deadline for you guys. So if you want to submit it early, that's perfectly fine, but I wanted to give you the extra day in case you needed it. Moving into those individual activities and collaborative activities that I told you guys would help you kind of meet those objectives earlier and also help you prepare for the weekly assessment. The first one are the individual independent activities. I'm going to give you guys workbooks and books for next week that you are welcome to use. You will need to take the books home, and the workbooks, you're welcome to keep them in your lockers or whatnot. I will pretty regularly assign workbook pages as some of the individual activities. So you can do the workbook pages. You can read and annotate 3 different individual philosophers and their ideas that might help you in meeting your weekly assessment of the annotating the Constitution for their ideas. You can analyze the Federalist paper, number 21, to see if there are any Enlightenment ideas. Those Federalist papers were used to kind of promote the Constitution and get people to sign the Constitution. So the ideas that you find within the Federalist paper are also highly possible to be found within the Constitution as well. As for collaborative activities, you can use these ideas to create a comic strip. There's a lot of online different comic strip sources that you can use. I'm more than happy to help you with that. But that might help you remember the different main ideas from the philosophers. You are welcome to write an article with, or read an article and then create a graphic organizer based on that. I'll upload that article obviously to ChalkUp. I'm also going to have a gallery walk for each of the 4 philosophers' ideas, and then you'll annotate it using only pictures to see what other people are pulling from the text. So those are the independent and collaborative activities. The instructions for those activities and all of the necessary information for those activities will be uploaded on ChalkUp probably late Sunday night, so I'm so sorry. For those of you that get email updates on my posts, you can go online to chalkup.co, not on the app, but if you go online on a computer, there is a notifications settings where you can click off all of the emails that you are getting. So I'd highly suggest you do that if you are the people who are coming to see me all the time saying that you are getting woken up or your phone is buzzing and ringing off the hook during class because I'm posting things. I have to post them as I get them. Well, I hope you all have a really great weekend. I'm looking forward to next week and really getting started in Unit 1. Have a good one.